160 yards again, still into that wind. Gonna hit 6 iron. Again, I think I'm gonna punch it. Ball back in my stance, handle forwards. I'm gonna try and control trajectory. So instantly on this hole now, and it isn't always gonna come true, but because I've had more club than this into every other hole and I've made pars, my head is thinking one good iron shot, we can have a birdie putt here. Going under on this front part of this 9 would have a massive affect my confidence score and how it would result or kind of relate to the rest of the field, if you know what I mean. Keep drawing, hit that left bank then. Oh, I think this has gone in the bunker. Right. Didn't draw enough! Very happy with all the up and downs so far, to be honest. It's making me feel more confident. It's making me feel if I can just get on the green a little bit closer, I might win here. So I'm going to go with my drive here. I don't think I'll reach, but I want to be pitching in. It's about 290, but it's right into that wind. We're on a forward tee. It's about hitting it. It gets very narrow because it's literally just the green and half another little kind of walkway up there to aim at, with out of bounds everywhere. So this is a risk, but I hit my driver good and that is arrow at it. It isn't reaching today, but if we get a lie, I'm only pitching. So I have a lie in the rough because they cut the fairway back there to make this all rough ground. Out of bounds just here, obviously the water just over here. Little 40-yard pitch. Should we put the camera up by the hole? It puts more pressure on me, that, you see. You can see how bad I've hit it really clearly from the outset. Pin tucked on the left, but plenty of green obviously into the wind and they're wet, so I'm going to use a 56 and just try and throw it up here somewhere and release it to the hole. Always good to have a plan, isn't it? So not a bad pitch. Definitely protecting from the drop off here, which is why I've gone to the right, but I am now coming down quite a big slope. I did want to leave it just short of the flag preferably, so I have hit it a bit too far. Threw it past the hole, didn't really want to do that. I'll be honest with you though, I was more worried about the duff strike off those linksy lies. Hence a little bit more speed. Right, let's tickle this down the right side. Paid off. So if you think about how I've played that hole, I've used my strength. My strength is hitting my driver straight, not overly long. It's not an overly long par 4. Rather than hitting, like Matt would have been maybe hitting a 6 iron and a wedge in. I know if I get closer more often than not, my pitch is not great, but I got more chance of hitting it that close than I have, say, with a 9 if you put 10 balls down on the ground. So I'm using my advantage wherever I can. Because I'm not the longest hitter in the world, I will be giving it back to the course, so I've got to take it when I can. Right, we're going kind of in here, and I reckon it's about 260 carry, but I'm struggling to get a reading. If I go further than that and don't go right, so as long as I hit it here to here, I'll go past the green. Again, I'm going to go for the green. 310-yard par 4, but not on the angle I'm going to try and take, because I'm going literally straight over the corner. just requires an okay strike, 'cause it's downwind again. More direction. There's literally in that gap there, I think. Well, I hit it good. It's a straight but a little left. I've gone the bail. I don't think it's the green, but as long as it's not too long, I'll be chipping. So we don't know if the decision to hit driver on this hole was actually going to help me or harm me. Obviously, if it was a proper tournament, a big tournament, I would have a practice round, say this being it, and I would hit that club, get up there and see, and then work out what I would do around that. Better direction, less club. I might even just whack a 5-iron up there as well in a practice round to get my idea of what I want to do. But 9 times out of 10 for me, and you should be doing the same, if the hole sets up to my stronger part of the game, the bit where I want to be winning some shots back, so hitting drivers onto greens, narrow targets with drivers, which is a skill I feel I've got over some of the field. If I'm not taking advantage of that, kind of no point in me being here. So I can see my ball up there, it's literally just off the front left of the green. So it's only the line that's stopping me hitting that green. That's the exact club from that tee in these winds. Here's the green here, basically it's just off the front left. And the line on this hole always has to be the left side, because obviously if I go down the right here, it's all just the water, it's just lost. So again, subject to confidence, when I get to this hole next time, I can do exactly the same, take that bail. I might even take it on a bit more. Landed and stopped. Chip it up to the hole, up the green, lots of green to work with. As you can see, this ground is very wet. So I want to putt this, I will be honest with you. I would see this as a putt for me, but I can't with this because basically a big bank there just to my left. So I'm going to try and chip it onto the front. I've got a 9-iron. I don't want to interact with this ground. Definitely playing a winter-based, lie-based chip here. Decent lie, bit more fringe. I'm probably just going to hit 56 or 50, chuck it halfway there and get it to stop. This one, I just want to get completely neutral with this wet, sodden ground. Often a common question for the UK golfers and around the other parts of the world, how to chip off wet lies. You've got to adapt. And maybe I should stop talking before I've hit this one, because who knows how to chip off here, eh? Just got to land it on that upslope. Should be good. Landed it where I wanted to. Literally didn't take the ground at all. If you've ever hit a chip off a path and you don't want to scratch your club, I literally tried to catch that as clean and did as possible, so not touch that ground at all. Always the safest way. Lucky that I didn't have to chuck it up in the air there. Not much in this part, might go slightly left, but shouldn't really give the hole away. Take that, 2 under. I am flying! God, I brought that camera.